Hey guys, I'm here bringing you episode
13.
of the Day and Night podcast. Today with me is MFTD and Irratikor. Hello.
Hello, it's Mix here.
Hello.
Alright, so with the disappearance of Global, the podcasts have been getting shorter, but then maybe that's a plus side because people don't have to sit through like 50 minutes of people ranting. Yeah, so besides that, let's get right into it. Right now, over the last 2 weeks, we have had much going on. We had the end of the reruns of the flower weaving events. The banners are gone, so your chance to get Samurai Sebas and Demiurge off the regular banner, and New Year's Albedo and Ainz are gone from the paid banner. And then your chance to get the relic, which got buffed to become one of the best physical aim relics in the game, uh, with a very large health pool, is now gone. But if you have the chance to grab one of those, congrats. Right now, we've moved straight into the Idol event, and we've got 4 new relics coming out of that, and 2 new units. Let's just talk about the event first. How was it for you guys?
Well, Pimp Mines may or may not have one-shot Wave 3 of Undead. As for the Extreme, it's really easy to farm. The annoying thing is, though, there's only one event bonus unit, and that's Shaltir.
You can get
Because,
Aura, right? Isn't
well, I don't think Aura has it. I think, isn't it 2 parts? Aura has event bonus for the second?
Oh, I didn't know if Aura actually had the event bonus or not on the.
Oh, I have no idea because I don't have her.
I think it was only yeah. The undead was interesting because I suppose it wasn't that hard, and the main difficulty was actually the first wave, just because you can get poisoned and bleeded, and so even if you have a really good team, if your unit gets hit with both, you better have like a really good healer to sort of keep the units alive over the 2 or 3 turns that it lasts.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say
yeah, like
the first wave is Shoutier's groupies, and like the second wave is like Aura's groupies, right?
yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Oh, yeah.
I nuked the second wave, so I don't know what they do. The big lizard guy has evasion, but that's it.
Yeah, the second wave is just big health pools. They don't do anything like really special.
Yeah. From what I've seen, yeah, the first wave, 4 enemies, pretty much like the vampire kin and like the vampire brides. Much of the units AoE there too. I think
I think all
vampire
of them do.
bride B does for sure. That does for sure. I don't remember the other two because they died pretty fast. But yeah, no, it's a
Yeah,
lot of spread AoE damage. So
wave one is like have Nazuri or die.
oh man, I actually ran it with Naofumi, so I was like, I still
I
think
ran it with
Naofumi.
Albedo.
I think Naofumi is one of the better units, like tanks in the game. Still, like I don't think he's fallen off.
Oh, he
Yeah,
definitely has them.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's
In the
He's
a.
match,
still miles better than the tanks in S tier.
I was gonna ask, does Albedo like counter a lot in wave one or no?
No. In my
she
entire
doesn't
team got
counter AoE.
poisoned.
She
Oh,
doesn't
for the
counter
AoE. Well, I don't really worry about AoE that much because I have Aqua. But, like, if you can AoE down the first wave quickly, it shouldn't be too bad. It also depends on, like, how many of the opponents decide to AoE.
all of them.
Well, if all of them, you're probably done. But I in my run, I only got like one or two of them AOE, and I was able to tank it and then kill them next wave.
I think I had like 3 AoEs once, but like I have Nazuri and Aqua, so I just stack evasion. So sometimes the AoE like all 4 hits miss.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like I think I almost died to poison from the AOE, but then like I ran regen relic and that kind of just mitigated the poison from ever killing me. So
Oh yeah, that's smart.
yeah.
I think I actually did reset once because I got unlucky and someone got poisoned and bleeded.
I
Yeah.
reset once, but it was the second wave because my taunt fell off and both of them decided to target Ainz.
I was gonna say,
Oof.
I didn't need to reset because Naofumi's a great tank who has cover. Yeah, he's never gonna fall off SS tier till cover becomes useless. Oh, we get a lot more AoE content. I feel that's one or the other. I really, really hope that cover doesn't become obsolete though, because that means this game is gonna get like a lot harder.
Yeah, that would be some
I
fierce
mean,
poetry.
I don't think they'd make it obsolete that fast.
Yeah.
Like, there's still only like 2 tanks with it.
But there's actually like multiple ways to get around cover. You either AoE spam or you can have like high stun or paralysis.
Or sleep, best status AoE in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game that only like 3 units have.
And I think like we've already saw that. I remember like I tried to use Naofumi in Theocracy Gold, and like the first wave they AoE sometimes, and then the second wave the shield guy likes to do the stun attack a lot, and that just like turns off your cover.
I think I also used Naofumi for Theocracy Gold, but that was like a long time ago, and I don't remember how well that went down.
Yeah, obviously goal was back when I would like just revive spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I did those, like I had to revive because my team was not good enough to do the golds.
But
in,
now,
in
like,
six
you guys are
minutes.
like strong enough to like stomp all of them into the dirt.
Well, now we
Yeah,
got
I
combined.
stomped Pleiades gold, and I remember when that was like first out. That was the hardest thing in the game.
Yeah, I went back to Theocracy Gold and did the Pimp Irons OD5, and it like killed 2 people outright, and then no, it killed like 3 of the units in one turn, and it was just actually left and like wow.
Yeah. Pimp Irons is a strong unit. Anniversary too,
Yeah.
baby. As game changing as like fucking Nazines. Let's go.
And I really
Yeah.
appreciate that like he was free, like you earned him, and
Your
even if
quote
you're free to play, you
was
could
free.
yeah, even if free to play, you could get OD5 if you like really
Yeah.
went on it.
Well, even as a free to play, you were pretty much guaranteed OD1 just from participation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the only difference is Nazines is in the Naz pool, but like Pimp Irons is like gated behind that one raid that happened like 2 months
Yeah,
ago.
you can't get Pimp Vines anymore, but to be fair, what are the odds you're getting Nazines from Nazfest?
0.03.
Yeah, like,
No,
I
it's
take
not
the
a rate up,
guaranteed.
Well, what is the non-rate up Nasfest rate? It's like
Uh,
0.013.
From
Yeah, let me check.
the last
Oh,
Nazfest.
0.118%.
Yeah,
That's your chance to get non-rate
0.118.
up.
Yeah, and then Irons being an Irons unit, his rate,
Oh,
his
0.04.
yeah, his rate's
Yeah, rates
naturally
half.
low.
0.059. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like PDL and Nalbedo 2 are in the Naz pool, but they may as well not exist because they had the lowest rate ups in the entire game.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
So did anyone pull on the Nazfest step up? Like
I
5
did.
steps, baby? No?
I did.
Nah, I don't
Yeah.
have paid stones.
I did like I was sort of on the fence, so I was on V looking at a Genshin thread, and I said if 5, I spend $150 on gacha, and I got 5. So I bought the ticket and some things to do up to step 5, and I got Victim and Naz Solution, so that's 2 new units. So I considered that like okay.
Yeah, that's good.
What did you buy with the ticket?
I'm holding onto the ticket. I will either use it on Naz Clem just because I like Clem, or I could use it for another OD level for Enri to make Enri better. Haven't decided yet.
I got that Enri. I'm going through her intimacy right now, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to have another unit I'm not gonna touch, cause like I just finished Slimeco, and I level up Kyoku like skill wise all the way to max, and like I'm doing through Slimecos right now, and I'm thinking like I'm probably gonna build like Nasik Mare, and I'm probably gonna go build. I'm building like Enri after, and then like Juchnev, and I'm like, man, all these units I'm building up, and I'm not gonna use like any of them for anything yet.
Yeah, I think like you probably could use Enri, but it sort of depends on your team. Like, cause she only debuffs attack, but she debuffs a lot of attack. So if you had another unit that debuffs like defense and speed, like if you use Nazmare, then that could be like a good combination. But yeah, just sort of
Yeah, but then
trying
you're
to find
like, you need DPS, you need a tank, you need a healer.
Well,
I
and that's the
think-
thing you can
Actually-
spread over the bills because
Yeah.
Enri is like both your like sort of AoE DPS and she's your enhancer. So if you have
Yeah,
the,
but-
like
You're
there
using
are-
all of her skills cost a lot of MP. It's the way I see it. It's either you use her as one or you use her as none.
yeah, but I was just thinking like if you use her attack debuff, is that the one that generates OD for her? Because then like you would just use that to debuff enemy attack and then use her OD and assume you had a different unit that was debuffing defense because there are attackers that debuff a lot of defense.
Mm.
And yeah,
Oh,
so it
yeah.
might work, but yes, but it depends on your team composition, like like what sort of attackers you have.
Yeah.
Because like right now, in place of a DPS, I just use Pimpines because like he does good enough damage, and once you get OD, everything is dead.
Yeah.
But he's also a good debuffer, so I could afford to run another hybrid debuffer attacker.
I think I run PDO with Irons, and I think that's kind of overkill. But like at the same time,
Yeah,
I
probably.
I can slot like PDL out and for like Kyoku, and it'd still just be like just as hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh
I wanna
yeah,
run
yeah. I run Irons with
PDL.
Kyoku all the time.
I don't have PDL, so I'm gonna have to run Enri instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Besides like the current undead event for the idols, we can talk about the units. We got two new ones. We had the idol version of Shoutier and Aura, Alkaline and Acid. It's just they still count as their units, so you can't run other ones of them. Just like Momon is an Iron still, which is a shame. But yeah, any thoughts on these two ones? One's kind of like a heart enhancer. One of them's like a heart DPS.
Yeah, they'd be really good on a team together.
So starting with Shoutier because her banner is out. She's an attacker. Her stats are like good. We've seen higher now with all
I don't
these
think
like
the
crazy
stats are
OP
that
units.
great, to be honest. But like it's hard to say that because like generally they're good, but like we just had like anniversary Nabe, and if you like look at those two units compared to each other, it's like fucking oh man, what the fuck?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like earlier in the game, this would have been really good, but like it's just because we've seen so many power creep units that it's not as good in comparison. But like it's still decent. And I do want to call out that her passives are good, so that like at least adds on top of that. It looks like Idol Shoutier is the premier light element attacker. She's got the self buffing 3MP, a pretty good 4MP AoE, and then a 4MP that shreds light defense and does a good amount of damage. And with the Holy Mark, which from what I understand reduces the stun threshold, but that really seems like more of a nice to have. It's not really something you'd rely on.
Yeah, I was like it combos well with like PDL with like anything that has like a big stun multi hit too, so it just kind of really helps. Same thing with like Wet Irons and Shizu, the
not Clement, Kurami.
Yeah. So anything with like really high base stun chance or anything with stun multi hit, it just really is a big buff. Lowering that threshold.
Yeah.
Probably.
That does. Yeah, but that does depend on having units that can do a lot of stun. So again, like what sort of team you're running. I think like around Samurai Demi is about right as being like a very strong elemental unit with a 4MP AoE.
Yeah, except that like I think she's just like better than Samurai Demi, just cause like it's 4MP and like I think all the ratios a bit better.
Depends on how much you value the burn, the AoE burn, because I can like think.
I don't. The chance is so low. Not like so low,
Yeah,
but
that's
like
true.
the chance isn't a good chance. It's not like
It's
it's not like Kotori. It's not like Spa Shoutier where like the
Well,
burn
spot
chance-
shelter is guaranteed.
Yeah. So it's like it's not like those units where like the burns are like either like guaranteed or really high. So it's like ooh.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, so around there for being like a very good pure elemental unit. Director, did you have anything to add?
No, I think you guys summed it up pretty well.
Okay. Moving on to Aura, Idol Aura. I think she's a very interesting unit And for me, it's not because of the type the type boosting buff. It's that like most of her kit is just like, oh, okay, she's just a kind of a bit of an awkward enhancer. But her OD is, I think, the first effect we've seen that can heal negative statuses. So she's like a status cleanser, and
we did have units that did clear status. It's just that it was generally for themselves and not for the team.
yeah. And I think there was that one solution that could clear paralysis only.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the first time you get like a party-wide remove all statuses, which I can definitely see being useful, especially with some of the status spam events we've had in the past. But it's on her OD, and I'm not sure if you would run her just for that.
You
She does
also
have an
got,
OD boosting.
as I said, you had the caveat of like if she's like stunned / paralyzed, she can't use it. So it's just like, I see the weakness of every unit with status cleanse.
Yeah, like if you want a status cleanse unit, you'd want them to be resistant to status on their own.
Yeah,
True.
but it's still good. It's still good.
Yeah.
Especially like if you
Other
brought
than-
that to the undead, that the idol undead, like cleanse all that bullshit you get hit with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not saying that's like the end all be all, but like it's just a nice plus.
it's just kind of awkward to fit her on a team because she's sort of, you would pair her with another attacker, but she doesn't debuff.
I'd say
a
she's like
lot.
a buffer debuffer role. Like generally just like a buffer.
Oh yeah.
So like
I feel like she's kind of built for raids, like a little bit. Like if you had a full hard team raid.
And she debuffs defense as well, magic defense.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, yeah, it's just magic defense, but like you run her with like Shell tier and a couple other heart units on a raid, you'd be doing pretty good damage.
Actually, yeah, going back to something I'd say, if you had an attacker that could debuff like other stats, then yeah, you would run a buffer like Aura to do your buffing.
Yeah, like Toka.
Yeah. Because right now we've got a lot of like units that can we got a lot of attackers that can debuff specific stats. So if you were using a unit like that, then you could just afford to run a buffer rather than a debuffer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me she still seems a little bit niche, so I would definitely put her a bit lower.
Yep. I guess like we'll really see like how she'll shine, kind of based off of like future height units. If you can really make a good synergistic team, if we're gonna actually get like a raid, like within the next couple of months.
You put her in a team with PDL, what happens?
I don't know. Probably some really funny stuff happens. But yeah, well, we'll definitely see future content. It's kind of hard to judge just because we don't have raids as often, so raid content is always going to be kind of iffy in JP.
But when we do have raid contents, like the what's on offer is usually like worth optimizing for.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I do enjoy raids in JP because we don't get them often, but when we do, they're like super fucking nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides that, anything else you want to cover the units before we go on to the relics?
Not for me.
Yeah, I think that it was only just the two new units. Like all the other buffed units was covered last time, right?
Yeah. We went through unit buffs and two beto. Okay. Let's move on to relics. So we first have the new gacha relic, like what, Triumphant Smile or something like that. Rough translation. It's the shell tier relic. It is pretty much a how do I say that? It's kind of like
it's like a better staff.
Yeah, it's like a better staff, pretty much at max. At max is a better staff.
It has the equivalent stats, and it has like 5% more magic attack as well as the light element strength, and it's like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's practically built for Shell tier.
Yeah. Pretty much even old Shell tier, like NAS Shell tier is good for, current Shell tier is good for. Technically you can throw it on like Aura, technically you can throw it on like anyone else has any form of shine.
You can throw it on any light attacker, not that there are that many.
No, there are not that many light attackers. You can throw it on. Oh man, there's not even some shorty ones. I was gonna say PA, but then I realized his is a dark attack.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Oh PA.
Well, yeah, just as like a stat stick, it's pretty dang good.
Yeah. So like
But
it's just
yeah,
replace the staff. Only if you have a max. If not, I think max
yeah,
staff
only
is
if
gonna
you
clutch it.
were crazy or rich enough to wail hard on the banner to get it to max.
I can see that happening. There's gonna be a guy out there.
There's
There
someone
probably is. There probably already is a guy. I bet someone has Shell Tier Lock 100. They must have like at least one copy of
Oh
this
my
thing.
god. Oh my god.
Yeah. Just like I don't know, but TBH. This is kind
Yeah,
of
if you
going
have
back to the units. Who do you prefer out of these two idol units? That's aesthetically, Shoutier or
ah,
Aura?
Aesthetically?
well, that's a hard one because you're comparing Twin Tails to Tomboy, and both of them are strong appeal vectors.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I'm liking Shell Tier's outfit more.
I think I'd have to go with Aura just because I like Tomboys more.
Yeah. I'm gonna lean on Mix's side on this one. Just
Yeah.
tomboy appeal.
That's
It's
fair.
close though. It's close though. Sheltier's cute too.
Yeah, they're both good. It's just that man, we are getting a lot of auras now. It's like there was the
Oh yeah, they've left
it was
Mario
the
in the dust.
winter. It was like December, and then the floodgates opened as we just got this trickle of auras.
Yeah, Valentine's and Idol, and there's no Mare in sight.
Yeah, yeah. We also had the cosplay aura too, right? So
Mm-mm.
the aura.
Oh yeah, but there was a Mare with that. I'm more
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
auras that don't have Mares.
See, what
Oh,
we need is Mares without auras now. So like
Yeah, to balance it out.
yeah. There should just be like
Yeah.
a guy's like banner. We get like a Mare, a cock, and a demi. Man, I'd pawn that.
Crazy.
Yeah, we do need another cock.
Yep. All right, back to relic talk. I was gonna say,
Yeah,
we can let's go talk about the event relic.
That one sucks. It just sucks.
yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, it just gives burn resist. Not that great, really.
Yeah,
this
not
sucks
even
also.
relevant either. Like,
Yeah.
we're not getting burned in this.
Maybe in the
Mhm.
future there'll be content about
Yeah,
people
maybe.
constantly
Yeah.
setting you on fire. Maybe. That would not be fun
I mean,
to play against. To be
The spa event had Shao Tier in it, and she'd set you on fire, but
Samurai
the
Demi
annoying-
in the other one could
the
do
anno-
that too.
oh yeah, that's true. Why are we getting this one now?
Yeah, and the annoying thing is like it's for like 50% burn resistance. You're still probably gonna get burned, just because RNG will screw you over.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think 50% resistance is not awful if the base chance is kind of low to hit you.
Mm-mm.
Like obviously, like it'll be tweaked since the enemies, but like Samurai Demi shouldn't be like burning everyone with one AOE. He'll probably get like one person tops ish, right? Unless like
Yeah.
you're deck unlucky.
Yeah, unless you get like really unlucky, but you shouldn't be getting your entire team burned.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah, it's all chance. The other two relics, I can't like they're not really out yet, but they're all on the database. They're just what is it?
Well, we can
The
talk about Little Mass first.
yeah, we can talk about the mass first. It is looks like distribution's about balanced. I feel like it's gonna be another event relic, right? We talked about that.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty standard relic.
Yeah, doesn't it gives you like a bit of like what you want, like attack and defense, magic attack, but like
Yeah, the passives are good. It's
Yeah.
like it's as good as pre-buff stuff.
Yeah.
The only
I was gonna say it's better than the Chaos Field relics, like
Yeah.
the ones we had that were kind of similar to it.
actually anything that gives like a good amount of speed, like even just a little bit of speed, as well as having like good stats and a good passive, like that's pretty useful to like throw in your debuffer.
Yeah, like if it is indeed an event relic, it's not bad for newer players to go like grab like 5 copies
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like limit break it.
Yeah, if it's a gacha relic, don't bother.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I think Skeevy is gonna be gacha relic or not. Anyways, and the last one is the Aura relic. Kind of like her voice or like their voice. It's a relic that gives magic attack and speed, super speedy, plus like a large amount of speed as well. I think.
Yeah, it's a very fast relic, and it'll pretty much make anyone as fast as Kyoku.
Which is our fastest boy in the game at the moment.
Yeah, so if you put this relic on Kyoku, I did the calculations. If you put him on the leader spot, so he gets leader bonus, and he's fully maxed out, you give him this, he has 1,015 speed.
Jesus.
Ah, that is the fast.
That is the best.
Outspeeds everything in the game forever.
Yep. Yep.
Speed relics are always good. The only issue for me is that because I use Xmas Albedo as a debuffer, I always use an aim relic on her, one that gives like speed and aim, just to account for any enemies that have evasion to avoid the debuffs. So yeah, I would probably still use an aim relic on your debuffer, unless your debuffer has like an aim passive.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say like we're getting more units with aim in the passives. Like I'm pretty sure like what is it? The new Shouty has +2 aim in her kit. And like things like
Yeah, she
the
does.
cosplay Shizu has like +4 aim I think in her kit or something like that. So like that shit is actually quite nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's the one good thing about all the evasion, yeah.
Okay, so that kind of wraps up the idol event discussion. Irratikor, you said that you think this is part 1 of 2, right? So you think this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is part 1 of 2 because we don't have the other half of the relics.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'd believe that to be a second core.
Did anyone like translate the event story? Is there like part of the story that needs continuing?
I don't really read the story.
I can't read the story.
Yeah, I don't because I can't read it, but like, yeah.
I was gonna say the event lasts for 18 more days, so it's like we are getting something. Like maybe we'll get not like a chaos field or a battle zone or something like that instead.
Could be a
Chaos
surprise
would be
raid.
nice.
Yeah, and then like Aura's banner is gonna come up, her raid up banner and her relic's gonna be there, and I think like yeah they could squeeze like a mini event for this, right? Because like just like how we've had like battle zones squeezed in, right, during the regular run, especially during the second year anniversary. So that'd be nice. Chaos Field would be nicer to be honest, because oh man, I could use the stones.
Same.
So that kind of wraps that up. Anything you guys want to talk about before we end the podcast? Anything going on or anything you want to discuss?
No, I don't think so.
I think the only thing I mentioned is that so because Beto 2 had like such a low rate up, we did not a lot of people pulled her, and I would be interested to know like in a few weeks later, does she perform as well as we estimated her to?
Oh, is she like an SS tier unit?
Yeah, like we looked at her and like she looks like an SS tier, but I haven't since I didn't pull her, not for lack of trying. I wonder like
yeah,
but in like in actual real situations, how does she perform?
Yeah,
I'd be interested to see.
I'll talk to like Aku later about it too, because I know he pulled her for sure.
Yeah,
no,
he pulled her on 3 accounts.
I dropped like 5k stones on that one, around 5k stones. That was painful.
I dropped a little more.
Yeah. Like I got Slime Co, so like I'm happy, I guess.
Yeah, I got Kyoku, so I'm pretty satisfied as well.
Yeah, so like this one I don't feel like burned out at, but like still it's we'll see. I think honestly, just put like on paper, she just does a lot of things really well. So I don't even think the only downside be is her multi-hit that self-damages. Maybe that's worse than we predicted. But even with that, her other skills and her kit makes up for anything I think that like would possibly drop her. It just
Yeah.
maybe means you need to babysit her more as a unit, but like that's kind of it.
Yeah, this would be like for in this undead, like how quickly would she be able to kill those units as a single target DPS? Would be interested to know.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you just want to nuke them like you would like frog demi. Or like realistically, be like take Pimpines out of this. You're on wave 3, and like she's one of the units you brought with you. Wouldn't you just use the 7 MP to nuke with like your other nukers, and then like try to like kill everyone with like OD slash like that? I know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, just because like the top units so far are all like AoE focused. So as the only SS tier, excuse me, as the only SS tier single target unit, I just wonder like, is her damage output enough to sort of use her instead of an AoE unit?
Well, even if it isn't, she's also an AoE unit, so it's like
Yeah.
it's like I don't know what to say. Maybe not. Maybe I don't think she'd drop even if her single target isn't like maybe like the self damage is too hard. I think she'd still be like the merit of her stats, the merit of like the rest of her kit. Strong passives.
Yeah, there's something to think about the next time we do the tier list discussion.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have another tier list discussion. A lot of things got shuffled about. We might even talk about relics on the next tier list discussion. Normally, that's a list done purely by me. And I know a lot of people get miffed about stuff, but like a big thing is, as always with tier lists, it's just kind of people's opinions. They're not like the fucking Bible where you follow it word by word and like you believe everything on it, right? You just kind of like
Yeah.
take someone's opinion, be like, I disagree, I don't agree, right? So yeah, no, the relic one I do purely by myself. I value a bit different things. Like I think evasion's good. I think like health regen is one of the best passives in the game. I value that a lot. I value like survivability, like stat distribution on top of passives, right? So a lot of
Yeah, that sounds
differences.
fair.
All right, I think that about wraps it up. Our podcast, it's not that long compared to the regular ones, but at least it's not like super short. Anything else you guys want to mention before we sign off?
No, not really.
Oranges.
Okay, well, thank you both for coming. It was a good discussion, and any shoutouts?
No shoutouts.
No.
All right, cool. Thank you all for watching, and catch you guys next time. Peace.